How y'all doing, Cowboys Nation? Paul Ryan, your host of the Across the Cowboys podcast here, back for another day on the content challenge. Guys, I've been with the family all day, not really keeping up too much with NFL news or anything that may or may not be going on. One thing I did want to talk about, please forgive the background noise if you guys can hear that, but one thing I did want to talk about is we know that the Cowboys are in the market for another wide receiver, and it has been no secret that Diontae Johnson, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he is actually on the trade block, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are taking calls for him. And I think he's got a pretty reasonable contract. He's only owed like $10 million. But how would you like him in Dallas, paired with CeeDee Lamb and maybe Brandon Cooks? I think that'd be pretty interesting. Veteran receiver. Could probably get him for a fourth round pick. Again, I know that there's some salary cap there involved, but would you like to have him paired with CeeDee Lamb, or would you prefer to just get one of these younger guys on a cheaper deal that could be a better fit for the Cowboys offense? Me personally, I'd be happy either way. I do think another veteran receiver, depending on what happens with Brandon Cooks, even if we were to bring back Brandon Cooks, I still think another veteran receiver is important just because we still don't really know what we have in Jalen Tolbert. And behind Jalen Tolbert, I know there's some guys with potential, but man, you could be like one injury away from it being CD, Ferguson, and who. And we know in the playoffs, man, it can be a long season in the playoffs. You don't want to put too much pressure on the quarterback, and we already kind of do that here in Dallas. So I'd be interested to kick the tires on Diontae Johnson. He's still rather young. I think he's only 28 years old. Productive guy. I'd like to see him in a better offense with a better quarterback. I think he'd be a nice fit to CeeDee Lamb. I don't think they would cancel each other out. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like Diontae Johnson, or would you prefer to get a rookie wide receiver? And make sure to subscribe to the podcast, guys. And of course, I can't stress it enough. Monday we have an exciting episode talking about the salary cap with our three-time guest. I hope you guys will check it out. Make sure to follow at CD Piglet, the greatest co-host in the world, for any draft analysis he may or may not have. He's killing it with his prospects over there at Cowboys Wire. Excuse me. Make sure to follow conductor of the Jake Ferguson hype train, the best account manager in the world, Mr. Brendan Smith. You can find him at Brendan_Smith26, and me, a so-so host, if you will. You can find me on X, aka Twitter, at Paul_Ryan15. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Y'all have a good night.